welcome to my channel. I wanted to share with you this loaded suitcase that I created as the guest designer for the month of April over at NatashsaScrapbooKorner. I was really excited to be able to play with all of the amazing trims and goodies that I received as my DT package for the month. I created this loaded suitcase with the Spring Farmhouse line from Prima marketing. Most of the flowers are from the Poetic Rose collection, and they were actually gifted to me by my friend Chris Cunningham over at Enchanted Hearts Studio. They were some fabulous gifts that she gave me in our last swap. Part of the requirements for the swap, and I am hosting it over at the Loaded Envelopes Galore and More Facebook group, was to do a shaker luggage tag that went with your loaded suitcase. And this is mine. I created my luggage tag with the fabulous trims that I had received with my DT package and a felt bow that I made with my Cricut. I will link the tutorial for the loaded suitcase below, but for this one, I outlined the straps with some pearl trim that I had in my stash. The glitter paper is also from my stash. I actually shortened these straps so that I could create a little more dimension on the outside of this suitcase than I had done for the prior ones. I knew that I was going to go really shabby chic, and I get very dimensional when I go this shabby. I inked all of the edges in a Tim Holtz distress stain. I believe I used tea dye for all of the paper. Now, the base of the cluster are some doilies that I received from NatashsaScrapbooKorner. I believe the package that I received had about 30 of them in various shapes and sizes and in colors ranging from creams to browns. Very cool and versatile package that I received. The wooden bicycle is also from NatashsaScrapbooKorner, and I used gathered twig distress stain to darken it. As I had previously mentioned, the flowers are from the Prima Poetic Rose lines and also from the Spring Farmhouse collection. Most of the leaves that I use are all die cuts made with my Cricut. The darker pink sprigs in the cluster are also from NatashsaScrapbooKorner. I did do the inside of this loaded suitcase a bit different than my tutorial and added a pocket to the right side of the suitcase. On the pocket edge, I used some more of the cute crochet trim that I received from NatashsaScrapbooKorner. The rosette was created using paper from the Spring Farmhouse collection and also a gold glitter bow that I had cut with my Cricut. This has been my favorite SVG file for bows lately, and I can't stop making them. Speaking of bows, I created these felt bunny bows with my Cricut as well. If you wanted to create some of these bunny bows yourself, I did make the project public on Design Space. The next package inside the pocket are some bag toppers that I created for my swap partner. To create the bag toppers, I just used some Heidi Swap word die cuts. I used a handmade ribbon flower that I had created using MrsEvally's tutorial. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And some burlap die cuts along with some trim that I had in my stash. Keeping with the whole burlap and lace theme that I have for the swap, I created this little banner for my swap partner. I used a mini clothespin to attach the pennants to the piece of lace inside the packaging so that they could easily come off and be used as an embellishment later. Another requirement for the swap was a sequins mix. I created my sequins mix using sequins in pinks, browns, whites, and greens. The bow bag topper is a cut file that I created for Cricut, and you will see this in my work all the time. I love it. I created it after watching the tutorial that Scrapdaworld did on it, and I'll try to link that video below. Another requirement of the swap were 2 treat bags. I created both of mine with the Cricut. The first is a vellum envelope that I embossed using a Suitcase embossing plate. And then I added one of the gorgeous crochet doilies that I received from NatashsaScrapbooKorner, along with the second wood icon, which I again darkened down with the gathered twig distress stain. The Polaroid frame in the background is just something that I created using a square punch and my paper trimmer. And all of the flowers are from the Spring Farmhouse collection, and leaves are just a Martha Stewart punch. The second treat holder is an envelope that I created with my Cricuts. It has a lot of mixed media on it, pink background. I started with a piece of tulle from NatashsaScrapbooKorner. It's like a ruffled gathered trim. And then I added the filler beads once again that I used on the front of the loaded suitcase. I used a wooden butterfly that I darkened down again with the distress stain, and just various little bits and pieces from my collection, and then I did a nice white paint splatter for it. This is a bonus treat bag that I included from my collection. I had these burlap sacks that I just embellished with some trim that I had in my stash and a couple flowers. I also altered some clothespins for my swap partner, and it's a little bittersweet for me because these are the last of these chunky clothespins that I found a while back, and I'm sad to see them go because I haven't really found quite the same ones again. I dry brushed them with some white chalk paint and added a burlap butterfly die cut. I believe the burlap flowers are from Petaloo and the leaf sprays are Martha Stewart Punch. That about finishes up the Spring Farmhouse loaded suitcase that I created as the April guest designer over at NatashsaScrapbooKorner. Thank you again for all of the lovely trims and goodies I have been able to play with this month. See you in the next swap. Bye.